here we go. It's just me and the mic once again. A life of service or a life of approval. It's just as simple. There's no two ways around certain things, and for me, a life of service or a life of approval is just that. It's as clear as black and white. Now, there's certain things that we do throughout our life, and we ask ourselves, is it really something that I'm doing, for the benefit of someone else, for myself? Or is it something that we are doing to get someone else's approval? And it's become so intense at this point of time in our life. As we move forward, it's just getting more clear and clear that the whole concept of what it is to live, to serve. Now, to serve doesn't mean you go cleaning the dishes for everybody or sweeping the floors for everybody. That's not how it's done. But to serve means to commit yourself and to dedicate yourself to what it is that you are called to do. It's as simple as that. So when you think about what it is that you're called to do, it could be as simple as, teaching or spreading a message or saying something that's on your mind. Are you doing that for you? Is that something that has come to you that you wish to share? Is that something that you feel passionate or you feel motivated to share with someone else, regardless of if it's the trending topic or if it's the current hashtag of the day or if it's the current whatever it could be? Now, whatever is given to you, you'll find ease in doing it. But whatever it is you're doing with, with pressure of approval is something that really doesn't last. And time again, you find more and more people on the bandwagon of trying to just fit into someone else's shoes. And the point being is that just because you try to do what is right doesn't mean you're going to get the approval of someone else. It's very clearly written in many of the texts that you can follow a path that you may think is right, but it doesn't really mean that that is the path that everyone else around you might approve on. Then what you're doing at that point of time is that you are truly committing to a life of service. Because if you may have a message to share or if you have something to teach, and regardless of what people may say, not because of what you're saying is right or wrong, but if they don't really believe in your belief, then you're still grounded with what it is that you're called to do. And that's very different when you tend to splice up a few messages and put it together just to make everyone else support your view. You see that with the government, with many things. You see that with many corporate buildings and offices that follow a certain structure of programs just so that everyone else feels included in it. Now, very often there is no one size fits all, and that's what it is at the end of the day. Your calling is not something that really requires an approval. So the society we live in today is something that is so big, it's called social media. And we base our content, we base our views and opinions on certain things with the probability that it's going to get more likes and views and shares and whatnot and what forth. But the truth of the matter is, regardless of what the outcome is, regardless of those numbers that don't mean so much to our living, we need to speak our truth. And that truth doesn't really mean that it requires complete social media approval. So with that being said, it's a quick message that just came to my mind that I thought I'd like to share. And as I always keep mentioning, Reflections is just a little space where I get to share what's on my mind and what I feel. So, yep, it is what it is. And with that being said, this is a wrap.